Good evening, one and all present here. So this is Dr. Gopinath from Welltech High Tech, Dr. Rangarajan, Dr. Sakandala Engineering College, working as Associate Professor in the Department of Biotechnology and co-convener for the Institution Innovation Council. So on behalf of the Department of Institution Innovation Council, we are hosting that the today's webinar on aspirant to achievers, an awareness program on cracking civil services, IAS, IPS, and IRS examination in association with Sadiq IAS Academy, Chennai. So we have guest with us, Mr. Sadiq, who is a mentor for the most of the achievers of the IAS students. So he's one of the toppest mentor in the Chennai city, and he also is the founder and director of the Sadiq Academic IAS Academic from 2021 onwards. And earlier he was associate with the founder and director of Smart Leaders IAS Academy from 2011 to 2021. And is one of the premier and prestigious mentorship he is doing this current role for most of the IAS officers. And it is my privilege to tell about this relationship that we are come into the picture. Earlier he was mentor for one of my alumni, one of my student Anil, so who is my student of at Karpagavanaga College of Engineering and Technology. He is now working as a IFS officer, and he's a guru for my student alumni is Sadiq sir. So from this day only we come to know that, and we are now started that somewhat the mentoringship about the cracking the civil service examination, and so we are on behalf of our management and on behalf of our student community and faculty fraternity. So I am welcoming Mr. Sadiq sir to come away that take the session. And also I would like to thank him that to accepting this proposal when we approached to him. For this occasion, I thank him also. So, sir, please take over the session from here, sir.
Okay, good evening, friends. You're all there. I think you have been your audio has been muted, but I don't mind your audio being keeping open. I don't mind that. You can unmute your audio if you want to speak to me. Right. Good evening, everybody. Sir, Gopinath sir, நம்ம உங்களை ஆடியோ ஆன் பண்ணிக்க சொல்லலாமா? ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லையே?
ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை சார். You can sir.
Right. Okay. Good. So, good evening, everybody. One or two things I need to know. Can you switch on your audio if possible? I want to see your faces also. Can you unmute your video also? Gopinath sir, I'm saying very good. Okay. Others people? Vignesh is there. Okay. Sanjay, Dekesh. Just for 30 seconds, switch it on. Nothing wrong. Okay. So to see you, I get more energy. What about others? A lot of people are there. Yeah. Yes. Rohit is there. Srinathi, yes. Okay, I can see you. What about others? Can you people see you all? You're all present? People, you are there or not? Right. Before I begin, I need to know just two things. Is it okay if I speak in only English? Or if you want me to speak in Tamil also, you tell me. I'm comfortable in both languages. People, anybody from outside Tamil Nadu, if is there, you can tell me. I will communicate only in English. I have no issues. People, some people who says that, sir, you can speak in Tamil also, no problem. I can speak in Tamil also. That's not an issue for me. People, Afsha Kroshi is saying, okay, English, right. Right. Before I begin, I thank the Welltech High Tech for giving me an opportunity through Dr. Gopi sir to be a part of this session today. Right. And Gopi sir actually approached me a span of 3 months back itself through one of our student and one of sir student also, whose name happens to be Mr. Anil Sasidaran. Anil Sasidaran, he studied with me before I say around 8 years, and he is a native of Kerala. And Anil Sasidaran cleared the civil service examination, and I come to know that he is an alumni of your institute. He cleared the civil services examination, and today he is posted as a deputy commissioner. Presently, I think he is in Hyderabad. I spoke to him just a month back. I spoke to him. He is in Hyderabad, right? So through that person, through that student, I have got an opportunity, a connectivity to speak to you. Secondly, sir has given me about an introduction about what we do, who I am. Just I am going to give you just 2 minutes about me, an introduction, an idea about me, so that you will know who is that person who is speaking in front of you, to whose speech are you listening. That you have to know, is it? See, I was an UPSC aspirant 14-15 years back. I was preparing for this examination. I had written this examination and had gone up to the final stage of the examination. I did not clear this examination. Then I began to train students. I began to teach students. I began to train and I began to teach students. Then over a period of time, my students had begun to clear. So I thought that I should do this job, which I did initially as a time pass. I did this teaching to the students. I thought I should do it. So I started an institute. Then through the institutions, over a period of around 13 years, 14 years, I have been teaching professionally. And I have at least from my students who have studied under me, at least 350 people had been in the civil services. They had passed this examination. They are in post now, 350 plus. And what are the jobs they have got? IAS, IPS, IRS, Foreign Service, Indian Forest Service, and 1,000 and more students who had cleared Group 1, Group 2, Tamil Nadu Public Service Commissions. And continuing this legacy of teaching, and we have our institute which is called Sadiq IAS Academy in Chennai, in Annanagar. I am doing this now through this institution which is called Sadiq IAS Academy. That's a small brief introduction about me. And I am specialized in academically, I am specialized in teaching two important subjects. One is history, another is geography. These are my two important subjects which I teach. And students who have been personally mentored by me, they are now in flying colors into the civil services, which I already told you. This is what we do. In our institute, we do all the courses. That's not an issue. So this is a small brief introduction about me. Secondly, the topic of today, if you see, is dream to destiny. The topic today is dream to destiny. Sir, what is a dream? What is a destiny? Is it possible to go from the dream to destiny? Everybody has got a dream, is it not? Everybody. People, if you want, you can switch on your videos also. As I told you, I have no problem. I want to just see you. Okay? You can keep your videos on. I have no problem. Everybody has got a dream. What is this dream? What do you call it as dream? Many people say dream as some imagination. Dream is that which we aim to do something. Some people say that dream is something which comes in the sleep. Dream is something which comes in the sleep. And some other people say dream is something which doesn't allow us to sleep. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, our former president of India, he says that dream is not something which comes when you are sleeping. Dream is not something which comes when you are sleeping. Dream is something which doesn't allow you to sleep. Dream is something which doesn't allow you to sleep. Sir, if you have a dream, dream means an aim. Aim means a purpose for your life. You're all students, college students, very young, very energetic. Most of you might not be knowing about your futures. Some of you might have planned your futures. But whatever it is, everybody should have an aim, a target to go. Sir, if you ask me, the rain which falls from the sky, it has got a target. The target to flow on the surface of the earth. The water, the rain water, that has got a dream, that has got a aim to become a river. The river has got a aim to reach to the ocean. So if you see, everything on this earth, whether it is human or it is inhuman, life or not life, they have a dream, they have a aim, and you also should be having an aim. Either you have not thought about it, or maybe you have not pursued towards it. Since you all attend this session, though this session, the idea about this session could have been sent to you, many people it could have been sent. Among them, few people were having this opportunity to be with me, and I am also having the opportunity to be with you. That itself says that you are wanting to do something. You are wanting to do something. Sir, I am telling means dream means an aim, and everybody should have an aim. An aimless journey will not lead you to anywhere. A aimless journey will make your life worthless. A aimless journey will not give you anything. Of course, to aim, you have to aim. Being a student, you have different aims. Being a student, you have different aims. You may have somebody wanted to be a professor, somebody wanted to be a scientist, somebody wanted to be a research scholar, somebody want to crack this IAS, IPS examination. So here I am going to speak about this IAS, IPS, which we call it as a civil services examination. Which you call it as what? Civil services examination. Sir, the civil services examination is conducted by a body, a constitutional body. What is the meaning of a constitutional body? According to the powers provision of the constitution, the body is existing. According to the powers and the provision of the constitution, the Indian constitution, there is Article 314 of the Indian constitution, which says that there should be an Union Public Service Commission. What is the name? Union Public Service Commission. Sir, what is the function of this body? To conduct examinations, all India examinations. What for they have to conduct examination? For what post? They have numerous posts, from technical to non-technical. And among the posts, there are many. Every year the UPSC is conducting examination. The most short after examination conducted by the UPSC is called the IAS, IPS examination, simply referred as civil services. The word civil services means, civil means civilians, we all know. Services means to serve, that also we all know. Sir, civil services means all services are civil services only. A teacher is doing a civil service. A soldier is doing a civil service. A private individual who is working in a shop is doing a civil service. But officially, if you say civil services is a word which is given for the IAS, IPS, IRS, etc. examinations. So when I use the word civil services, normally it means IAS, IPS examination only. But we have so many other examinations. UPS is conducting variety of examinations in a year. So the civil services examination, IAS, IPS, IRS. Sir, how many posts like this is existing, sir? IAS, IPS, IRS, Indian Administrative Service, Indian Police Service, Indian Forest Service, and Indian Revenue Service, Indian Audit and Account Services, Indian Railway Services, Pondicherry Police Services. So many. There are 24 categories. Information Service, Indian Information Service also has been added. And for all these 24 services, only one common examination is held. That examination is called a civil services examination, which has got three components. What are the three components, sir, for this examination? Three parts of this examination. The first part is stage 1 or the preliminary examination. First part is the stage 1 or the preliminary examination. The second part is mains examination. The third part is an interview. Third part we call it as an interview. And these three stages have three different set of preparations. Sir, for preliminary examination, if you see, for preliminary examination, there are only two papers which are asked. For the preliminary. Paper 1 is general studies. And paper 2 is an aptitude. The word which they are using is called CSAT, Civil Services Aptitude Test. And sir, paper 1 is an objective paper. That means, what is the meaning of objective paper? Objective paper means question would be asked, choice would be there, A, B, C, D, 4 choices would be there. For example, which is the capital of India? Option A, Delhi. Option B, Bombay. Option C, Calcutta. Option D, Chennai. So A, B, C, D, 4 choices are given. And you have to mark one answer. If your question is asked, if there are answers given in front of you, multiple answers are given, this type of test is called as objective test. Objective, where you choose one answer to be the right answer. Right? Sir, the paper 1, the stage 1 of the civil services examination is an objective paper where we have general studies and we have CSAT aptitude paper. Sir, general studies means what? What is the meaning of general studies? We're telling general studies. What do you read in general studies? Everything is a part of general studies. Sir, everything means what are those everything? History, geography, polity, economy, science, technology, international relations, environment, everything. So there is no limitation to that. Sir, if the general studies paper is everything under the sun, general studies paper is everything under the sun, then how to prepare for this? That and all is different story. We will discuss about that maybe. Once you begin to prepare, we will discuss about that. Secondly, we have CSAT paper, aptitude paper. In the aptitude paper, we have English, which is comprehension. You should have some basic knowledge about English. The second part of this CSAT paper is mental ability. Simply we call it aptitude. Reasoning, aptitude, you can use any word. And that CSAT paper is just a qualifying paper. You have to just pass this paper, that's it. You do not have to score very high mark. Just 33% mark would be sufficient to pass this paper. But general studies paper is a paper which is taken for your merit, or which is taken for your clearing the preliminary stage. Which is taken for clearing your preliminary stage. Then afterwards, if you clear the preliminary examination, you have another examination, the stage 2 is called the mains paper, mains. In the mains paper also we have general studies. But in the mains paper, we have 4 papers, general studies. 1, 2, 3, 4 different topics. We will not go deep into what are those classifications. 4 papers. Then one optional subject you have to choose. Optional subject. In Tamil, we call it a Viruppu Padam. You can choose any subject as an optional subject. You may be a science student. You can choose in history as an optional paper. You can choose anything. There is a list of the optional topics which are given. Even you can choose Tamil language itself as an optional paper. Tamil language, optional paper you can choose. If you are from Tamil Nadu, you want to choose Tamil as an optional paper, you can choose and write. And that optional paper is a part of your mains. Plus another important paper in mains is an SCA paper, SCA, English SCA. A topic would be given, you will write. A topic would be given and you will write. SCAs you have to write. Sir, how to write an essay, how to prepare for an essay, that and all is different, we will discuss. So in the mains paper, we have 4 GS papers. Optional paper, 1 optional paper divided into 2 parts. So 2 paper, only 1 optional. For example, if you take history, paper 1, paper 2, that's it. So 4 plus 2, 6 paper. Then we have an essay paper, 7 papers are very important papers. Plus we have 2 more papers in the mains, which is a language paper, which you call it as what? Language paper. 1 compulsory Indian language you have to clear. Minimum qualification, minimum qualifying marks. Just 33% again. You have to get 33%. 1 paper. For example, if you are in Tamil Nadu, you can write Tamil as a language paper. If you are in North India, you can take Hindi as a paper. You can take Gujarati, you can take Marathi, you can Kannada, you can take anything. Second, English as a paper you have to clear. Minimum qualification. Sir, what is asked in English paper? Grammar, then essay writing, small essay writing, translations. So these are the 9 papers for the mains. And after you clear this mains, then you go to the 3rd stage of the examination, which is called interview. For the preliminary examination and for the mains examination, you can write from your own state. If you are in Tamil Nadu, we have centers in Chennai, we have centers in we have centers in Coimbatore, we have centers in Madurai for preliminary and mains. But for the interview, you have to go to only Delhi, and in Delhi also it is in UPSC office, Union Public Service Commission's office you have to go for the interview. So in 1 year, the 3 stages of the examination would be conducted. Normally, preliminary examination is conducted in the month of June. Mains examination is conducted in the month of October to November. Interview is conducted in the month of March, April. March, April, May. Results are normally declared after the interview in the end of May or maybe June. This is the cycle of the examination. One more thing. Sir, okay, this is the cycle of the examination, we know. Sir, to clear this examination, what is required? What is that which is very, very important to clear this examination? Can I clear, sir? Can I clear this examination? Is it not? Is it possible for me to clear this examination? Many people think that to clear this examination or to become an IAS, one needs to be highly intelligent, academically very strong. I heard people speaking. When I was an aspirant in my college, I went and asked a person, my senior. When I was the second year in the college, I did BSc Physics for information. I did MAST also. When I was in the second year of BSc Physics, one of my senior was preparing. I went and asked him, Anna, how to prepare? What we have to read for this examination, IAS examination? I even did not know what I spoke to you now for half an hour. I even did not know anything about this. You are fortunate that your college, your institution is organizing a function like this. And despite of the COVID, you are having an opportunity to listen to somebody who has prepared in this field for 20 years. You have an opportunity. In our times, we never had any opportunity. We do not know what is an internet. I am speaking about early 2000s. You don't have even cell phones by then for information. No cell phones. At least in India, by the time in the area, nobody will have cell phones. I'm speaking about that before the technology, the technological revolution happened. Before that period I'm speaking. So when I went and asked my senior, he told, you have to read everything. If you have to clear, you have to read everything. I asked him, what is everything? He told that you go to the library, in the college library, read all the newspapers. So normally after the college, the library will be open for 1 hour. So I used to go to this college library, open the newspaper and read everything. Sir, where to begin? I don't know. I will take some newspaper, I'll read something. Sir, do I remember anything? No. Do I understand anything? No. Then I asked him what topics we have to read. He said, college library, finish the self. So I used to go to one self. Then I used to look upon the books, memorize the names of the books. This type of preparation is like searching a needle in the haystack. Searching a needle in the haystack. In Tamil, if I have to tell you, குண்டூசியை கொண்டு போய் தொலைச்சிட்டு பெரிய ஒரு வக்கப்போருக்குள்ள அந்த குண்டூசியை தேடுறீங்க எங்க இருக்குன்னு தெரியாம. சார் அந்த குண்டூசி கிடைக்குமா? கடவுளுக்கு தான் வெளிச்சம். Can you get this, sir? We don't know. If you are preparing like this, without any idea, without any knowledge, definitely you are not going to clear this examination. That much it is very clear. That much it is very clear. Then, sir, can an average person clear, sir? I am average person. I don't know what to do. I don't, zero, sir. I am zero, sir. Can I clear? Yeah, you can clear. But two things are important. One, first and foremost is from your side a determination, a dedication that you have to clear. Determination, dedication that you have to clear. That should be first inside you. That should be first inside you. Sir, I am telling in order. I am not telling that as a second point. I told only 2 points are important. And the first and foremost point, from your side, you should feel that, Sir, I want to clear. That's it. That you should have that determination. And the second important point, you should know the direction of how to go, where to go. That's it. Only if you have these two things, you will clear. You will clear in the first attempt, second attempt, third attempt. Yeah, you are going to clear. That's it. From your side, you have the determination and the will. Second, you have to have the direction or guidance. This is very crucial. So if you are an average student, you will clear in the second attempt. You are a above average student, you will clear in the first attempt. Sir, I am a below average student, third, fourth attempt, you will clear. If only these two things are present. If any one of the thing is missing, then you will take more time to clear. People, when you are supposed to clear in the second attempt, you will clear in the third or fourth attempt. Some people might end up in not clearing at all. Some people might end up in not clearing at all. So, who can clear, who cannot clear is decided on only these two parameters. Sir, if you decide that you want to clear, nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you. Henry Ford, the person who made cars, you must know in America. Henry Ford, I hope you all know the Ford company. He is the first person to make these cars, invention. And he made a automobile revolution. Cars were made in 1901, for information. This is 120 years back he made. Automobile revolution. The automobiles brought many changes in the world. People can settle away from the cities. They can use automobiles to travel. So automobiles brought a tremendous revolution. Henry Ford is a very important personality in that. Somebody went and asked Henry Ford, sir, how did you do this? How did you make this revolution? And he said very simple words. He said, if I think I want to do, and it is possible for me to do, if I think it is possible. If I think I can't do, it is not possible for me to do, then that is also possible. Sir, what is he telling? He is telling that if I think it is possible for me to do, then that is possible. If I think that it is not possible for me to do, that is also possible. So ultimately, Henry Ford says, you decide whether it is possible or not, and your thinking decides whether it is possible or not. Nothing else. Sir, Henry Ford used all these complex words to explain. Of course, he has said simple, but that simplicity itself is looking like complex. If you think it is possible for you to do, that is possible. If you think it is not possible for you to do, that is also possible, he is saying. But in India, an enlightened master told very simply what Henry Ford had said. Even before Henry Ford, he said this very simply. And who is that personality? Swami Vivekananda, the disciple of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. The great disciple of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Swami Vivekananda said, mind is everything. Mind is everything. And you can do whatever you want to do. The mind is everything. You can do whatever you want to do. Sir, in your mind, you make a firm determination that I can do, you will do. In your mind, if you make a determination, sir, I can't do, you can't do. Finished. It is over. So every individual is not his mark. Every individual, the students, I am speaking to you. Every individual, you are not your mark. Please understand. You may be a college topper, you may be a gold medalist, you may be whatever medalist, I don't know. Every individual, you are not your social status. You may be from higher, you may be from lower. No, that is also not important. Every individual, you are not your money. You may have money, you may not have money. Sir, every individual, whoever his father may be, that doesn't decide your individuality. Sir, then what decides me? What decides you? What you think, that decides who you are. What you think, that decides who you are. Vivekananda said, what you think, that you will become. What you think, that you will become. If you want to become an IAS, yeah, you can become. If you want to become the president of India, yeah, you can become. Your mind is everything, and that is very distinct and unique. Not your college marks, not your family, not your status, not your money, even not your parents too. I'm telling. Some people think that, sir, my parents are very great. Yeah, it has got nothing to do with your civil service. It has got nothing to do with your achievements. Fine. Of course, they can aid you. Your parents can aid you. Okay, they can aid you. But you are the one who are going to bite the bullet. You must know. You are the one who is going to bite the bullet. So the key to success, the key to victory is within you. Please remember this. And sir, I am a person who doesn't know English. I am a person so far who have not done anything in life well. People are like this. I meet students. For information, I have been teaching in the civil service preparation field for 14 years. 13, 14 years I am teaching. I have come across every type of student. Every type of student. Everybody is coming with me with one idea, one mindset, one problem. Many of the people, they clear. Some students who have failed in the college, so many arrears, doesn't know English, and they come and say that, sir, so far I have wasted my life. Enough is enough. And I have decided I have to clear this IAS examination. I said, my God, for so many years you have not done anything. No, sir, I enjoyed my life. Then, sir, then what, sir? In the college I went, I joined in a COVID college. Then what happened? You know, sir, what happened, sir? Why I have to tell? Don't ask me, sir. Then I said, what happened to your degree? Sir, arrear I kept so many arrears. And he's telling I want to become IAS. I said, now what? How would it be possible? He says, sir, past is past, let the past go. If I study from now, is it possible? Whatever I told to you, same I told him also. What did I tell? If you decide, you will clear. And you know the point. He studied here for so many years. 4 years he studied. At last ended up in getting a civil service job, Indian Revenue Service. Indian Revenue Service. Sir, I have seen worse people in academics, not in character, clearing this examination, men, women. And people always come to me and give one thing. Sir, I am poor. I have no money, sir. Can I study? Can I study, sir? I am poor. I have no money. I am telling you, those people who are sitting in the Zoom session, I am telling you, nobody could have been worse in economical status than Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam when he was your age. I can write this statement and give it to you. Nobody could have been worse. Anybody sitting in the Zoom session had ever sold newspapers? Anybody sitting in the Zoom session here ever walked to the schools for kilometers? Anybody sitting in the Zoom session had to do a part-time work to pay your college fees? Definitely not, I don't think. But when a small person, when a person from the humble background, with no family support, with no financial support, from Rameswaram, if this person could become the first citizen of India, the president of India, a leading scientist in India, in Asia, leading scientist, what prevents you? You tell me. People come and tell, sir, economically I have this problem, my father is poor, I am poor, right? You cannot decide your birth. You cannot decide your birth. You could be born to a poor father, right? Okay. You could be born to a rich father, right? That's also fine. You could be born to a Very powerful father, right? It doesn't matter. You can't decide that. But what you can decide, is whether you can be powerful or not, that you can decide. Whether where you can go, that you can decide. And in life, please you understand, if you pass this IAS examination, in one day you become a hero. Just one day. Everything changes around you. If you do not pass, until you clear this examination, nobody looks upon you. Everybody think that you are waste. Everybody think you are a burden. And this is the only examination in India. Of course, in the whole world, I think I have read something, I have studied something. Probably, this is the only examination in the world which has got the magic miracle. In a sense, when you clear, when your name is there in the merit list, let us say Sadiq, my name is there. Sadiq, rank number 10. All India 10. That means definitely Sadiq is IAS. If I see my name and if I see your name, let us say your name is there. Somebody's name, Saravanan, let us say IAS. And that time, your whole life changes. Not only you, your whole family, your home society, everything changes. Whole family, whole society, everything changes. So this examination has got that miracle power, clearing this examination. Once you become an IAS, my God, how many friends, how many relatives in one day you will learn? So far, those relatives who never spoke to you, they will come and speak to you, they will appreciate you, they will claim your victory to be their victory. The whole village, so far, they do not know who you are in the village. Then when you clear, the whole village will conduct a ceremony for you. The district will conduct a ceremony for you. When you go to your native place, you will be invited with the drums, with mala, as if you are going to get married. So the miracle of the civil service is there. You have the power to change your life. You have the power to change your life. And when you clear this examination, definitely your life is changed. Sir, not only for that moment it changes. When you are an IAS or IPS or revenue service, your potential to transform, lives of the others is tremendous. Your potential to transform the life of other people. You know the power of a district collector? You don't know much. You people, you see this cinema, you see the movies. Most of you people thinking that the role of an Indian police service, IPS, is carrying a gun and threatening every rowdy in the street. Every rowdy in a village, every rowdy maybe in a town. That's what the movie show, you know. Always a hero comes with a gun. He will shoot everybody. He will go with a car, he will go with a jeep, he will himself will drive. Is it not? And he will go and arrest the minister, and he will put a handcuff. This and all is just one tip. This is not the reality. This is not the real thing. What a tremendous change you can bring. If you are a district collector, you have the opportunity to give an identity to an individual who has not had any identity for 3,000 years. Can you imagine what I am telling? There are some people who are living in a district, tribe, and they have no identity at all in India. They are Indians. Their ancestors have lived in India. They have no Aadhaar card, they have no address proof, they have no ration card, no birth certificate, no school education. 30 people are living in Tirupatur. If you have nothing, no documentation, then you have not eligible for any government schemes. In fact, according to the government, you are not at all a part of this society. If you have no identity, according to the government, you are not part of the society. That's it. You have no voter ID also. You can't vote. You have survived there as nobody. That's it. So to these people, even a crorepati, even if Reliance Ambani is coming, he can't change the lives of these people. You must know. Of course, you can give the money, but can they give him an identity? This is possible only by a district collector. And a district collector can ask them, enquire them, and create an identity in a sense that on his instruction, an Aadhaar card could be given. On his instruction, a land can be given. On his instruction, a residential proof could be created. Sir, that and all is possible in this job of civil services. It is not possible in any other job, for information. It is not possible in any other job. So when you are bringing a change in somebody's life, that gives you a tremendous satisfaction. That satisfaction you can be getting in the civil services. So I can go on speaking about the achievement of the civil services. People, if you clear, you can do so many things being a civil servant. And whether to take the first step, whether you can take the step or not, again, your mind, you are the master, you decide. You are the master, your mind is everything, you decide. It is possible. Sir, if you are poor, if you are academically, no, so far what has happened, you can't control. No, you can control the present and the future. You can control the present and the future. You can control the present and the future. So make a choice. Don't be a part, don't allow anybody to make a decision for yourself. Take a decision, make a choice. If you are confused, seek a mentor. Ask somebody, sir, I am this, what I can do, sir? Please tell me. Of course, you can ask. Sometimes people will be confused. Most of the times, when they have to take a big step in life, of course, they'll be confused. So you can ask, you can see. And if you decided to study, the opportunities are tremendous. If you decided to study, the opportunities are tremendous. Nobody can put you down. That much I can be sure. Nobody can put you down. That much I can be sure. Is it not? And second important point, which maybe this session is telling, is time management. How to manage time. Sir, can we manage time? You tell me. Can you make this 24 hours into 26 hours in a day? Anybody in this session? Can you say, sir, I am having 24 hours a day. So with a lot of hard work, I am going to ensure that my clock is having 26 hours a day. Time is, according to Albert Einstein, is a continuous thing which is not reversible. It can't be reversible. It is unidirectional. And it is an independent variable. It is unidirectional, independent variable. Since you did not get up, doesn't mean that your morning is not starting. Time is already going on. Since I did not work for 2 days, doesn't mean that the time has stopped and is waiting for you. No. It is always positive. It is an independent variable. Sir, if that is the case, what is this time management? People say time manage. How to manage this time? Just one simple parameter. You are a college student. I am a mentor for the civil service preparation. We have ministers working in the government. We have IAS officers. We have the Prime Minister of India. We have the President of America. Everybody has got 24 hours. Sir, different people we are, but finite time, fixed time, 24 hours only everybody is having. But see the work, quantum of work people do in these 24 hours. In 24 hours, as a college student, I do not know what you will do, but I have spent time in college. I know. For a college student, one day goes like anything, in nothing. He's not doing anything, just going around. I was in the hostel, you must know, in the college. I studied, I spent all my time in the hostels. getting up early, then walking, speaking to these friends, chit chatting, laughing most of the time, enjoying. College life is so, it has got its own beauty. Going out to drink a tea, then for 1.5 hours, tea, you drink the tea, then you come back. If you open any one newspaper, friends, and discuss about politics, 2 hours is gone. If you sit and eat with lunch, sit for the lunch, again 2 hours is gone. Then in between, anytime you can sleep, nobody can question you. I'm telling about our college, my college days. I do not know now whether it's changed or not. Anytime you can come and sleep. Evenings you go for a walk, drink a tea and come. Night comes, then you sleep. Next day morning, finished. One day goes simply like this. Sir, in this one day, in a civil servant's life, let us say my life, in one day, of average, ordinary, I end up teaching around 5 hours minimum. I teach 5 hours, sometimes 6 hours, rarely 2 hours, rarely no classes. When very rarely I don't have class. Plus, I see students, I mentor students, at least 10 students per day I speak, mentor them. See, for example, collector. He has got that meeting, this meeting, chief minister's meeting, say, review meeting. So much he's doing. See, for example, Prime Minister of India. He's in Varanasi, then he's in Delhi, then he's attending that rally, this rally, and planning commission meeting, that meeting. See about the president of America. Sir, in 24 hours, different sets of people are capable of doing so many things. Sir, how this is possible, sir? This is possible because they plan their time and they become more efficient. I am telling you, even if you become a district collector, you become a district collector, you will be capable of doing multiple jobs. You will be capable of doing multiple jobs. Definitely, you will do multiple jobs. How? You will become more efficient. You will plan. So the best way to manage time, to maximize the output of the constant time, is planning. Is planning. You all will accept that. Your work which you do based on your planning, you can do it very fast. You know what to do, what. Is it not? If you want to plan something, you are going to the market. Like this mothers, you know all mothers, how these mothers work. My mother, we all know, everybody's mothers are same, I think. My mother will tell, go to the shop and buy this oil. She will tell 4-5 list, buy this oil, buy this egg. Then I'll come to the house buying all this. When I was a kid, mother will say, I forgot this, you please now go. Now go and get this candle. So I will stare, then we'll go to the shop, then get the candle and come. By the time I come to the candle, they say, what about ginger? I said, what about ginger? You forgotten ginger? I said, I did not forget. You did not tell me. Again, we have to go to the shop and bring this ginger. But if you plan, some mothers, they write everything in a sheet of paper. Is it not? Some mothers. I'm not telling those mothers who don't, because mothers are full with lot of work. And these people, the efficiency of the mothers, Indian mothers mainly, no mothers in the world will have. How much efficient the Indian mothers are, no mother in the world will have, because the responsibilities of Indian mothers are tremendous. And some mothers, they are more, they work, they are working in the house, they are taking care of the kid, they are taking care of the family, they are also taking care of the work pressures. And all this is possible based on planning. Only if you plan, that is possible. This is the first important tool I am giving you. Number two, sir, the early bird gets the worm is a quote in English. The early bird gets the worm. That means if you get up early, definitely you will have more time. Sir, 24 hours only, sir. Yeah, 24 hours only. But you try to get up early and see how this 24 hours is maximized. But I think I am seeing most of my students, at least out of 100 students, 100%, 90 to 95% students, they don't get up early. This I have seen. Only 5%, and very rarely people have this habit of getting up early. Sir, when you say getting up early, I am getting up early by 8:30 in the morning. No, that is not getting up early. That is getting up very late. Sir, if you are telling 8:30 itself is late, What about my brother who sleeps up to 10:30? That I don't know. I can't say anything. Getting up early means you have to get up by 4 to 4:30. That's it. Before 5 o'clock, your day should start. That means you are getting up early. Sir, how this is possible, sir? This is not at all possible. What you are marking at a what, sir? That is possible. That will be possible if you do one or two things. The first and foremost thing is to early to bed and early to rise. If you sleep early, you have to get up early. That's it. Sir, early means what? I am sleeping early by 12 o'clock only, sir. No. Early means 9:30 to 10, you should have already been in the bed. 9:30 itself is too late, I'm telling. But in the present times, because of urbanization, because of so many things, it becomes 9:30, 10. I'm telling 10 o'clock is fine. 4 o'clock you have to get up, 4, 4:30. And just you do this. I have told my students who have done it, who have changed their sleeping habits, they have tremendously they have achieved. And the second important thing which you have to, of course, which you can't, but you have to keep an eye is your distraction through the cell phone. And I have read an article. What is the greatest invention man had ever created in so many years, in all these thousands of years? Which is the greatest invention? And you know what is the conclusion they have arrived at? The conclusion is this. They said this is the greatest invention. Sir, what is the greatest invention? What do you mean? With this cell phone, you could do everything almost today. You could buy, you could sell, you can borrow, you can do the bank transactions, you can study classes, you can watch when people are watching through the cell phone. Education is possible, jobs, tremendous potential, but tremendous distraction also. Tremendous distraction also. YouTube, if you open, my God, flooded with videos. If you search about one thing, it leads to something else, something else, something else. Finally, you do not know why you have come to this YouTube channel. Finally, you do not know why you have come. Is it not? What is the reason why you have come? You do not know. So, tremendous potential. I have to know whether I'm eating a lot of your time. 5 o'clock is the time, right? Okay. So, this cell phone, please keep an eye on the time which you spend on the cell phone. Sir, only if you do these two things, you try this. You try this. There are one or two other methods also. You try this. Early to bed, early to rise. Manage yourself, means manage, plan, and keep an eye on your cell phone. Distraction on the cell phone. You will have so much time. With this so much time, you could do tremendous activity. With so much time, you could do tremendous work. And this tremendous work definitely will put you towards your goal. Every day, walk one step towards your goal. Every day, walk one step towards your goal. Definitely, you'll reach your goal one day. Right? So, whatever doubts you want to ask, something you can ask me. Now, I am ready to answer anything which you ask me. Right? Always I am available. See this phone number I have given. This is our institute phone number. You can call. And my name is Sadiq, by the way. I have not introduced myself properly, formally. Okay, I am available in this institute. You can search me in the YouTube. You can search me in the Telegram. Put these names. I'll be available. I am writing Quora answers also. You can find me in the Quoras. If people are reading Quora answers, you just type my name, MA Sadiq, Sadiq MA or something you type. I'll be available there. That's it. People, you can ask any doubt if you have anything about preparation or something. Because already we have reached 5 o'clock or something. People, any doubt you have got? Solungappa, any doubt? In Tamil also I am fine. Switch on your videos if you want. Irukangla, people, you are there?
Student, you can unmute yourself and ask your doubts. There is no, fear on this. So feel free to ask with any queries with the sir.
Anything you can ask. Yeah, people are sending, sir, Sadiq AS Academy and Smart Leaders is the same. No, one person is asking, sir, is Sadiq AS Academy problem? No, Smart Leaders nowadays in some issue. I'm just, Sadiq AS Academy is that thing which I am there. I founded this Smart Leaders IAS Academy, so that now I'm just formally in Sadiq IAS Academy. Yeah. Any other doubt, people, you have?
Hello,
Yes.
sir. I want to ask about prelims.
Yes.
My marks are not increasing significantly in prelims. Matlab, I have seen people scoring always more than 120. So how should I get that to that level?
See for how many years you are preparing?
The three.
So are you comprehensively prepared all the topics in the preliminary, or you have left some other topics?
Sir, I've prepared quite well.
How much mark you are right now getting?
Sir, I always get nearby 100 only. Most
So
of the
100
time,
means you are just in the bandwidth. You are in the bandwidth. Maybe you are missing by 3 to 4 questions.
yes, sir. Matlab, sometimes I get just below the cutoff or just above the cutoff. That
Yes.
is the situation with me.
See what you have to do, Amit. You should not bother about being in 100. You have to try to cross 130 in the preliminary. You have to aim for 130. Sir, how to do that? First, if you have to sit and discuss, number one, what are the books you are reading? Number two, what is the depth of your understanding in this? What is the depth of your understanding in those topics? Maybe history, geography, we have to sit. And that would be possible if I analyze your question paper, one question paper. You solve one question paper. Maybe if time permits, you come and meet me or you WhatsApp to me. One question paper, what are the answers you are marking? I will come to know why you are marking some particular answer. For example, if there is a question about ancient India, instead of option A, you are marking option B, means I know how much approximation is your knowledge about that area. If I'm asking simple question for people to understand, if I'm asking the question, sir, which is the period of Ashoka? I'm giving three options, four options: 500 BC, 300 BC, 500 AD, 300 AD. Four choices have given. Based on the answer, I will come to know your understanding about history. If you are saying 500 BC, I know you are missed by 200 years. If you are telling 500 AD, I know you are missing the answer by 1000 years. For like this, every topic we have some parameters to decide what is the depth of your knowledge. Based on that, we have to work scientifically to improve the next 20-30 questions. 20-30 marks actually. Okay, 7-8 questions, if you do correct, that will be fine. Okay?
Yes, sir.
That's what it is. We can do that. Nothing to worry, we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody else? Somebody else? Any other doubt, please, people? I have made a lot of free videos also about the classes, about the map class. I am uploading in my channel, the YouTube channel, which is Sadiq IAS Academy. You can watch these YouTube channels. So many free videos about history, geography, and all I am posting about motivation also. You can just subscribe and you can watch these videos. And also there is a Telegram channel also, which is again with the same name, Sadiq IAS Academy. Every day we are posting free classes, free questions, free materials, everything we are posting in the group. If you are part of this Telegram group, you can just begin your preparation. Not necessarily you may aim for IAS examination, but TNPC also you can prepare. For TNPC also it is there. You can take. See, our efforts, around 30% of our work is for free. In the sense, out of 100 percentage, around 25 to 30 percentage we are doing for free. If 100 classes are needed, 25 percentage of our classes are uploaded free for information. Okay, I'm beginning to upload some classes. You can watch. You can type my name in the YouTube. So many free classes will come about history, world history, geography. So many free classes are already available. You can watch those at least. Right? Anything else, people? Okay, if you have time, tomorrow
Sir,
morning. Tomorrow morning. Yeah, sir.
Sir, one more question is posted in the chat room, sir.
Yeah, please tell me, please. I don't. Yeah, people are asking some basic books. Is it not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Basic books or book list, sir. To start prepare before completing UG.
Yeah, listen. If you have to prepare now, if you are in the UG, if you have to, before you are completing your UG, what you have to do? Number one, daily read one newspaper. One newspaper, mostly the Hindu newspaper, either in English edition or Tamil edition, you read. Read whatever is interesting you. Don't bother about which topic is important, which topic is not important. Try to read the economy and polity, India and neighboring relations. This you read. Forget about what the political parties fight about. That and all is secondary. What is India? Relation with India and China, relation with India and Sri Lanka, Pakistan, with America, with Saudi. That is one. Second, Indian economy. What this Indian economy is doing, how it is performing, what are the problems. That part you focus. So this you can do in the newspaper. Secondly, all your books up to 12th standard, the social science books, which is history, geography, polity, economy, these books, social science books. If you have CBSE syllabus, CBSE means Central Board of Secondary Education, the central board syllabus. If you have that books, that is better. Those books you can read. Those books are good books. You can buy them. Read those books. Here also, when you come here, mostly we'll be teaching only from those books only we'll be teaching. Content will be teaching from only those books. So you can read those books. They are very fine. CBSE books you can read. And that is very 12th, up to 12th standard, you can automatically read. It's not an issue. You can read that. So read those books only, newspaper, and if possible, any one news item or news program you can watch. Okay, any one news item, maybe not in TV channels. Radio, there is one FM Gold radio. 9 o'clock every day there is a news in English. FM Gold. Right, 9 to 9:15. Sometimes news analysis is also there in the Friday. 9:15 to 9:30 news analysis is there. So you watch this news, listen to this radio news analysis, FM Gold channel, 9 to 9:15, 9:30, right? So that also can be done. So books, these two things you do before you complete the college, right? If time permits, if you are poor in maths, develop some mental ability, just here and there, solve some problems. Okay, time, distance, pi diagram, like this, simple, do this. Find out which is the area which you are weak at. Work on that area. Which area you are weak, work on that area. That will be very easy. That is possible. Right? That you can do. And people, any other question? Sir, which book is the best for UPSC exam preparation? Yeah, this question people ask me. Sir, which is one book which is the best? Which is one optional which is the best? There is no best. Best is a relative term. Relative means what is best to me is not best to you. What is best to him is not best to him. And people come and ask me, sir, there are so many students who passed under you. They are IAS. Sir, why don't you give their material to me? They would have prepared some material. No, of course I have. Student come and say, sir, why don't you give that material to me? I will pass. And you can't pass. Whatever material he prepared, mostly that is for him only. Because when you prepare a material based on what you know, what you do not know. What you know, that you will not write. What you do not know, that you will write in a notes. But if you get that material, you will read what he doesn't know. What you do not know, how he would have prepared the notes for you. So that is always a problem in the material, best book and all. No best book. If you ask me the best book, NCRT books are the best books. Only that I can tell you. NCRT, CBSE syllabus books. You read that again and again, you read it. Fundamental books, that will be sufficient. Third, sir, how to start a basic study UPSC? Grade 12 political science student. Same. Newspapers, NCRT, there is no other alternative to this. There is no other alternative to this. And try to have the knowledge of the world. Try to expand your knowledge of the world. Okay? Next, we have somebody, Kokila. They have sent me one information. Sir, can you share some book names for school students who are willing to crack? Same, book names means, please remember, you can buy in the market also. The books are called as NCERT. NCERT. What is the meaning of NCERT? National Council of Education, Text and Research. Research and Training. NCERT. National Council of Education, Research and Training. Which is otherwise CBSE books. Simple. In colloquial language, central government school books. CBSE means not many people. Central government school, we see Kendra Vidyalaya, we have different types of CBSE schools. Get those books. Read it. That will be fine. That is easy. You can read it. Okay. Those are the simple books you can read. Definitely be aware of your environment. Become aware of your environment. உலகத்துல என்ன நாட்டு நடப்பு நடக்குன்னு தெரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க. அதுதான் ரொம்ப முக்கியம். And always try to question why this is happening. Why part you always think. ஏன் இது நடக்குது? ஏன் இது நடக்காம போச்சு? Think the why part. Keep the why part. Okay? So that's what it is.
The last question.
Yes, please, sir.
How to approach the history subject as a easy one, like ancient India, what is this, medieval and modern?
See, sir has asked one question. Whether...
No, it is posted in the chat room only.
Okay, then I will answer them, sir. First thing, see, people are thinking that a subject is tough, a subject is easy. How do you come to a conclusion a subject is tough, a subject is easy? That is always based on the teacher who is teaching the subject. The teacher who is teaching the subject. Many people said that maths is very tough. But I am telling maths is easy to me because the person who taught me, the school teacher who taught me maths, he taught me in such a lovely way. I love maths. You always like the teacher who teaches very well because he makes you understand very easily. He makes you understand very easily. Similarly, if you see in all your schools, except one or two, history has been taught as a boring subject. History has been taught. People think that history is full of bores, full of data, full of facts we have to remember. Is it not? They say history class means they will sleep people. That I have seen. History means they will come and sleep. But that is not a fact. History is a very, very interesting subject. Very, very interesting subject if you know how to read. If you can go to a correct person who can teach you history in a very interesting manner. And I have been teaching history for 13-14 years. Most of the students in the first class, when I teach history, I ask this simple question, how many people don't like history? In the whole classroom, 80% of the people will raise up their hand and say, sir, we don't like history. I said, my God. Then in the last class, when I complete my history, I ask people, how many people like history? Everybody will say, sir, we like history. Why? Every subject, there is a manner it has to be taught, a manner it has to be learned. And history is very, very important for only one simple reason. Whether you like it or don't like, whether you want to read it or not, that and all is different. Sir, history is very important because what you are today is a result of what was your past. Your past decided your present. The history decided you. We are like this in India because of our history. We are acting like this in the society because of history. Our values in the society, we have value systems, no? Right, wrong, good, bad. It is because of our history. Sir, our thinking, our process, our polity, our religion, our society, everything today is a result of our past. It is a result of our history. Sir, if you have to understand the world better, you have to understand the history better. So always a person with historical knowledge, you'll have a clear understanding of the present world. Always. In the villages also they used to say, no? In the villages where history teacher, be careful, this person will know a lot of things. Maybe or may not be, I'm just telling. So if you know history, you are a well-informed person. So very easy to learn history, nothing to worry. And you have to have a right person. Just watch my free classes which are available in the internet. Have some interest. Watch 1 or 2 classes. It is all available in the internet free, YouTube. Just watch a few classes. Things would happen. Right? That is there. Sir, any other question? People are asking, sir, should we take notes while reading NCRT? Sir, how to take notes, how to prepare notes, I had made a separate video that requires 30 minutes to speak. But one line only I will tell you. Notes means what? You are reading, you are writing. And this is not as simple as this. First time when you read a book, you will write everything which is in the book. Because you don't know anything, because you are reading the book for the first time. Whatever you do not know, everything will write. So you are like reprinting the whole book, rereading the whole book. That's not notes. Notes means writing only 20% of the content what is in the book. Sir, but I don't know 80%. No, why I should write only 20%? Sir, how to arrive from this 80 to 20%? There is a technique. We have no time to discuss this technique. Actually, it will take 15-20 minutes. We will discuss this later. It is available. I made one video available in the internet. Please watch that also. Preparing notes. How to read NCRT. There is a video I have made. How to prepare NCRT notes. I have already made some video. Please go through that. Okay. Somebody is asking, sir, for TNPSC, we have to read CBSE or state board books. For TNPSC, you can read state board books. You can read state board books. No issues. You can read only Tamil Nadu textbooks are very good. For Tamil Nadu, now the present textbooks, Tamil Nadu are very, very good. Buy these books, they are very good. You can read that. Okay. Then anything? Somebody is asking, sir, how to get interest to study? I can answer this question, but what to tell? How to get interest to study? How to get interest to study means you will get interest to study if you really wanted to study. Okay. Are we asking this question, sir, how to get interest to watch a movie? How to get interest to travel? Let us say we want to go to a tourist tour, we want to go to Ooty. Are we asking this question, sir, how to get interest to go? No. Interest is a result of your wish. You will study if you know that the study is going to help you. You will study if you know that the study is going to empower you. You will study if you know that the study is going to make your life better. Then automatically interest will come. Is it not? So interest is dependent on what? Sir, I am having interest to watch movies. I am having interest to watch these documentaries. Why, sir? Because by watching this documentary, something you are feeling that you are learning something. You are feeling that your mind is expanding. Sir, you are interested to go to hill station like Ooty. Why? You feel that you enjoy this climate, no? You feel peaceful. You are at ease. So like this, if you taste the knowledge, knowledge is power. When you read and your knowledge increases, when you understand things, automatically interest will be generated. But you have to make initial effort. Initially, it will not come. Some effort has to be made. It is like testing. Max, if you see max, solve one sum. And when you get a right answer, immediately it gives you confidence to do the second sum. When 10 sums, if you solve and if you get the right answer, that's it. That day is very happy. Every day you will do max. So initially that one attempt you have to do. Right? That's what it is. Somebody is asking the question, sir, give some tips to crack TNPSC within one attempt. Read, plan, read, practice. Plan, read, practice. These three things you do, you will clear in one attempt. Plan what you want to read, how much time you have based on the previous year question paper. Read, revise, read, revise. Third, practice means write test. Repeated test, you will clear in one attempt. That is very simple. Simply I have told you, but it's not as simple as I said. You have to do that. Anything else, people? Any other questions you have got?
Oh, we will come to an end of the session, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
I take this opportunity. I thank Mr. Sadiq sir to give away our invitation for this program. So he accepted on his busy schedule for this webinar. So I hope you all enjoyed and you have some idea on this. So still we are going to working on this. We are about to plan for the next level of initiation at our campus. So we are planning to start an IAS training week. So this we are planning to start in within couple of weeks. So the separate feedback link will be shared to you all by email. So on this feedback, so we will ask the question related to that training. If you are interested, you can give your interest so that we will initiate the training program at our campus through with the Sadiq Academic. So let's see the things. So hope I thank at this moment Sadiq sir as well as the participants who are joined for this webinar and make use of it this opportunity. And if you have any queries, so sir already given his institute contact number as well as the address. So make use of it. So thank you for joining. And also, I express my thanks to our management who accepted the proposal for organizing this wonderful webinar with Sadiq Academic. So, thank you, one and all, for joining.
Thank you, sir.